us talk. Last night was a big night in the NBA. It was the first night that Paul George and Kawhi Leonard played together. This is the duo that some believe is the best tandem in an NBA full of outstanding tandems right now. You got Russell Westbrook and James Harden in Houston. You got Anthony Davis and LeBron James with the Lakers. You've got Kevin Durant, who's injured, of course, and Kyrie Irving in Brooklyn. We could go on and on. There's a few more. And George and Kawhi are right there with the best of them. I personally think LeBron and Anthony Davis are the best, but Rob and others think that George and Kawhi are the best. And it was a bit sloppy. Both of them had 5 turnovers apiece. Combined, they shot 39% from the floor. But here's what I say. For their first game ever together, to go out and beat a very good Boston Celtics team, a team that was 11-1, or 11-2, I'm sorry. To go out and beat an excellent Boston Celtics team in your first ever game together, that is impressive. And when they get some time together, develop more of their chemistry, they are going to be, in my opinion, as good as advertised. Now, I still pick the Lakers to win the championship. I feel good about it, but the Clippers are going to be right there, and I think these two LA teams are on a crash course to meet in the Western Conference Finals. Of course, they could meet before that, depending on the seeding, but they're the two best teams in basketball, in my view, and I think the future of this year is bright, assuming Kawhi can stay healthy, because that's a concern of mine a little bit. His last in November, Rob, that's 5 games he's played. He's shooting 35% from the floor, only 22% from 3, and 2 of his last 3 games have been a bit subpar. Last night, 17 points. I mentioned the 5 turnovers, and then a couple games ago when they played Toronto, his former team, he only had 12. So he hasn't been the Kawhi that we're used to. I hope it's maybe just rust from the load management. I hope it's not anything degenerative bothering him with the knee.
I'm not a
quad.
doctor, so I can't even go there.
But he hasn't looked himself in the last few games. But we'll see how that turns out. But yeah, I like what I see so far. Even though they got work to do.
I think they're a perfect match. I think they're going to really fit in well with this group and, the team. We saw Patrick Beverly hit the big 3. They got other players. Lou Williams had 27. It ain't just about them. They had a nice little nucleus, and they got guys who can play. This ain't like they come in there to totally save them. They won 48 or 50 games?
And 2 games against the Warriors in the first round, as Rob Parker always tells us.
That's right. In Oakland. Don't forget that.
Yippee!
I don't care what you say.
I don't want to hear that. It's about chips, baby.
Yeah, well,
it's a short menu.
Yeah, so when LeBron doesn't win it, remember that this year, all right?
Yeah, I'm going to remember it.
Me?
Yeah, who you? My point is, I just like it. I think that they will fit nicely together. It was a big win against a really good Boston team. When you look at the Clippers, they beat LeBron and them without having
without Paul. Yep.
Paul George, and they beat the 2 teams right now that are 11-2 and 11-3. Right? They have wins over both of them. I'm talking about the Celtics and the Lakers, the Clippers.
Yes.
I mean,
the Lakers are 12-2.
12-2
in the league.
Okay,
yeah.
right. So you beat the 2 best teams, or 2 of the best 3 or 4 teams in the league to start the season, right? And they haven't even really been playing together yet. I think it's going to only get better as time goes on, and I don't think that they're shooting for some best record in the league. I don't think that's impossible.
That clearly
that's just not
important.
It's just not important.
With Kawhi playing once a week.
It's just not important because, Chris, we talked about it. To get home court, you could lose 1 game at home and you give it up. That's how quickly you give it up.
Right.
And then you go on the road.
It's still nice to have, though.
I'm not saying that, but it ain't the end-all, be-all is my point.
Right.
So I think that I like the 2 together. I think that they will wind up when the season is all been done and decided, that people will look at them and say, man, they really work well together with what they have, and they were the best duo because that team is going to be the team that wins the championship. And that's what's going to really dictate who's got the best duo, because I really think it comes down to that. No matter what you do during the regular season, the guys who play well when it matters most, Chris, that's the duo people are going to look at.
It may not dictate the best duo. It may, but
I think
it'll dictate the best team. That's what it'll dictate, and we'll see what happens with that. But speaking of that, Rob, two things stuck out to me from that game regarding the Clippers. I mean, I was impressed with Boston, too. Jason Tatum was sick. He put Paul George on his backside. Paul George, one of the best defenders in the league, put him on skates and then drained a three late in the game. But anyway, with the Clippers,
all right over there?
These two things, it was nasty. These two things stuck out to me. One was the Clippers' defense, because I said their offense wasn't all that great. The two stars shot 39% combined. But the defense in overtime was smothering. Every shot, every pass, every dribble for the Celtics was tough.
And that's what they do. They will be that team that can play defense, and there's a lot of guys who play defense on that team.
Right. And the Lakers, to their credit, are playing the best defense in the league. It's interesting because the difference, Rob, the Clippers are great on the perimeter defensively. And the Lakers are tremendous.
They have length,
size.
right? They've been blocking shots. They lead
right.
the right at the rim, definitely, and they should. They got three really big guys, and Dwight Howard's giving them an added punch that no one was really sure about him. And Anthony Davis has been very active, and JaVale McGee. They got three big guys right there.
And then LeBron's long, Kuzma's long. The other thing that stuck out to me about the Clippers, I was bothered, disappointed, yelling at the screen when at the end of regulation, out of a timeout, and Doc Rivers is a great play caller. Instead of running a play, instead of having some action, 13 seconds left, game tied, they give it to Kawhi Leonard at the top of the floor, and he just goes ISO. And he dribbled out the clock and then went to the right wing and shot a 25-foot three-pointer that missed, and they went to overtime. Here's my problem with it. The Clippers with Kawhi, Paul George, and Lou Williams, who could be an all-star this year, those three, you have three bona fide professional scorers. And then, as we saw in overtime, Rob, you got Patrick Beverley, a guy who can knock down spot-up jumpers, and you got Montrezl Harrell, who can cut and slash to the rim for passes and finish strong.
Mm-hmm.
And so you don't need to play hero ball at the end of the game. Every once in a while, of course, you're going to ISO one of your stars. But at the end of the game, they should have run a play with options, and maybe Lou ends up taking the shot. Maybe Harrell gets the shot. Maybe, Beverly or Paul George or somebody gets the shot. Maybe Kawhi still gets it. But run some action. You have enough firepower where you don't have to play that hero ball. Well, and what got them into the game, they were down 10. What got them into it was Lou Williams getting the ball moving, finding open man. It was Lou, and he hit 13 points in the fourth quarter. And what won them the game was moving the ball, finding the open man, and Patrick Beverley nails 2 threes in overtime. So they've got to play that way, and I think Doc Rivers understands that. But that just bothered me at the end of the game.
Yeah, I get it, especially when it's a tie game. From the standpoint that if you hold on the ball, put up one shot, you're going to overtime. You're going to win it or go to overtime no matter what. So I agree in that situation. It's definitely a lot easier than giving the ball to somebody who's not one of those big-time playmakers, you know what I mean, at the end. So anybody could have
they gave it to Kawhi.
No. Yeah. I'm saying with a score tied where even if somebody misses it, you still are going to go to overtime. That's what I mean. So I agree from that standpoint. But part of it might be, too, that they want Kawhi to be that guy and know that, at the end of the games, he's going to get a chance to make stuff happen. And we obviously have seen him make the big shots in big moments. So I think there's a part of that, the respect. He's our guy. When the game is on the line, we're going to let him create, let him try to win the game for us, build guys' confidence at the end of the game, work on some moves, what I want to try to do. I'm just saying.
He didn't do no moves.
No. It didn't work out this time, but I see why they would want your main guy to do it.
See, I don't like that, whether it's Kawhi or whoever.
No, I know what you're saying.
That hero ball is – Magic Johnson told me once. You remember the junior skyhook?
Yes.
I believe it was the 87 finals.
What do you know
Boston.
about 1987?
Oh, come on, man. Come on.
Oh,
I know
right.
I'm a lot younger than you.
You're not a lot younger.
No.
It's just that I let my hair go natural. That's
I was in third grade.
That's why we look different.
But anyway, Magic was the third option on that play. Kareem in the post was the first. Worthy, I think, cutting across the lane was the second. That's what you've got really good players. It doesn't always have to be the star hitting the last shot. Now, this is not, just the Clippers and just Kawhi or just Doc Rivers. I know. But Michael Jordan, 2 of his championships, who hit the big shot? Steve Kerr and John Paxson.
And in those huddles, he told those guys, be ready.
He told Kerr,
He said, be ready.
Now
that ball's coming your way. Be ready. He knew what he was going to do with that ball.
And you're not going to like this, but this is why the criticism of LeBron has been so off base sometimes.
Not all the time.
Because it doesn't have to be the superstar taking the freaking shot. Robert Horry, Derek Fisher.
But Chris,
I mentioned the Paxton and Kerr.
But the difference is, and this is just when you make it, it's way easier to live it down. But when guys who you're giving to with, I'm going to just give you the one example. LeBron in that playoff game 1 against Golden State, he had 52. He was 51. Chris, he was unstoppable. It was by far his best game, right? Playoff game.
It was a great game.
It was a great game. And Steph Curry's in front of you. He can't guard you. Nobody could guard you that night. And you give up the basketball to a guy who had never been in that situation.
It was a layup.
He wasn't a layup because
he was under the rim.
He got fouled. He got fouled,
but it was a layup.
And then what happened? And then what happened?
He missed the free throw.
Okay, because he wasn't ready to be in that spot.
Like an 80% shooter.
Not in the finals. Not in the finals. He ain't 80%.
Look,
and the same thing with Kyle Korver.
NBA player.
And the same thing with Kyle Korver.
I put you in position to succeed.
Chris,
you're paid to shoot the ball.
No, you're not. Not in that spot.
There's no difference. If John Paxson misses the shot, Jordan wasn't even in that play.
If John Paxson misses that shot,
Jordan was not even in that play.
People would question why he gave up the ball to that guy.
No, because Jordan didn't give it to him. Jordan got the ball in the backcourt, passed it ahead to Scottie Pippen, and then we didn't hear anything else from Jordan.
And then here's the other one.
But today he would get ripped.
And the same thing on the Kyle Korver, when you're up by 2 with the ball, LeBron James has Draymond Green in foul trouble in front of him. You don't need a 3. I don't care how open he is, Chris. You don't need a 3. You have the ball, 2-point lead. Get Draymond Green out of the game. All he has to do is attack the basket. Draymond has 2 options, Chris. Step out of the way because you don't want to get fouled out of the game, right? Or foul LeBron and let him go and make free throws. That's all. If you remember how that game ended, they got skunked. They got outscored 11-0 to end that game after that play.
You can take the shot, but when you hit an open teammate,
not when you're up 2 with the ball.
Play.
It's a bad play to me.
That's not a bad play.
That's the only thing I'm saying.
All right, now
if they were down 3 and you needed a 3, okay.
Now that we've seen Paul George and Kawhi on the floor together, which LA franchise, Lakers or Clippers, has the better dynamic duo? 877-99 on Fox. You can save. All right, we threw it out to you. Best duo in LA. Paul George and Kawhi Leonard, LeBron James and Anthony Davis. Your call. Let's start with Lando in New Hampshire. Lando, welcome to the Odd Couple.
I like how nobody gives the Celtics any credit until it's convenient. Kemba Walker can't lead the team through the playoffs once they get there. Kemba's never had the opportunity to even prove to anybody he can. Put a team on his back and led him to an NCAA championship, but nobody gives him any credit for that. Paul George and Kawhi Leonard can't even stay healthy. How can they...
This is going to be Rob's going to respond to this.
Lando.
No, hey,
Stop
don't act like he's coming out of left field.
Stop it.
Kawhi plays once a week.
And AD can't stay healthy. He's missed 14 or more games in 5 of the last 7 seasons.
Well, maybe now
tell me
that
about that,
matters, maybe
Lando.
he'll start playing through some
and
of
Lando,
those
what has he won? He hasn't won jack. What has LeBron won? He was in Cleveland for 11 years.
What has LeBron won?
Cleveland won 1 championship. Stop it.
That's what he's won, the NBA championship.
There's 3 players.
Lando, look at this. You sparked a fire up in here.
There's 3 players who won as many championships as LeBron during the LeBron era. Stop it with all this. As if it's automatic LeBron's going to win. It's automatic that LeBron's going to lose more so than he's going to win.
Man.
So tired of that.
Man.
Enos in New York. You're on The Odd Couple, Fox Sports Radio.
What is up?
Man, Rob Parker, you're so fired up. You forgot my name is Ennis.
Ennis.
I know.
Ennis, I'm sorry. Ennis, I'm sorry.
Go ahead, Ennis.
But it's all right. It's Rob.
You know I'm just worked up, man.
I know you are, but I got your back here because Kawhi Leonard by himself, first game of the year, and it's only November, guys. I get it. But first game of the year, he put LeBron James in his back pocket in that second half.
Stop it. You sound like an upset Knicks fan because LeBron didn't go there
I'm a Lakers
in 2010.
No, Chris, I'm a Lakers fan. But
Chris always trying to diss the Knicks fans.
But I'm objective. And the problem is that as the season goes on and when they get to the playoffs, who's getting all the love right now in L.A.? LeBron James. But when the Lakers lose in the playoffs, Anthony Davis is going to get the blame.
Yes.
And then he's going to leave, and he's going to go to Chicago. That's why he planted the seed so
There's
early
no
on.
doubt about it.
He's not leaving.
That
He's not going to Chicago.
Rack this tape because
he's being nice.
He's going to be the scapegoat.
He don't want to rip the hometown fans.
He's going to be the scapegoat. Watch
Stop
and see.
it.
Watch. He will be. Oh, AD's soft. He's cotton candy.
Let's go to
when
Allen.
we really needed him, he couldn't play. He had a bad shoulder.
Rob Parker gets the finals prediction right because Klay Thompson and Kevin Durant got hurt.
Please, Chris.
No,
I've been roasting you with the NBA the last 4 years.
Klay Thompson got hurt.
I got it. The last 4 years, I got it right. Yeah.
Let's go to Isaiah in Baltimore. You're on with Chris and Rob.
Hey, I just want to say, first of all, I like you guys' show a lot.
Thank you.
But, all right, so, Rob, I really have to get on you now.
Go ahead.
You really just tried to come from my man's Braun really quick. So, first of all, what is Paul George's record in the playoffs against LeBron? Remind me?
Facts.
0-3? 0-3, right?
LeBron is the.
Hold on.
Wait a minute. No, hey, Isaiah.
Yeah.
You got there's a little etiquette. We have the radio show, so
But
I'm gonna let him talk.
Come on.
But I got to be able to get my point out as well. LeBron is the fault. The finals failure of all time. He's lost more championships than any other finals MVP in the history of the league. Okay, make your point.
Rob, who was going to beat that Warriors team with no? He didn't even have Kyrie that second year. What basketball player? Pick any Michael Jordan.
He lost when he played in Miami to Dallas. Damn it! Do you remember that?
Yes, that's the biggest.
Do you remember that?
Resume.
They were supposed to win, not 3, not 4, not 5, not 6, not 7. They went 2-2.
He made a mistake.
They went 2-2. He made a mistake.
Not 3.
You remember that?
Isaiah, I think
Not
he had
5.
something bad for
Not
lunch.
6.
He's in a bad mood. I don't know what's going on. Let's go to Joseph in Virginia. Joseph,
Fired up.
tread
How y'all
lightly.
doing, fellas? How y'all
Tread
doing?
lightly, brother.
What's up?
Rob
I'm
Parker's
just
in a
like- well,
tizzy.
I think it's because he revealed his age with that Looney Tune reference.
Something.
But fellas, look, Rob, I understand. I didn't think Kawhi and Paul were going to fit, but I see more that Kawhi is going to be the defense and Paul George is going to be the scorer. I get it. It's a
Wait,
nice
hold
combo.
up, though. That you making that conclusion after one game?
I can't
No,
see that.
that's what
Joseph.
I'm saying. I got to go AD and LeBron. These guys have only been on the floor for one game. The first game that these guys come out, you're going to say that they're a better tandem, and they beat the Celtics.
Well, we're asking for projection.
Yes, a
We're
projection,
projecting.
not
Yeah.
based, not
Like
based.
later, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, no. AD and LeBron, they got a better cast. They have, and by the way, Chris, who can beat LeBron in 7? It's very, if you got with the roster
He can't
that
get to
has,
7. He
just
gets
asked
swept.
Rob. You just gave Rob
Joseph. He can't get to
ammunition.
7 because he
I'm
got
with you,
swept.
Joseph, but
he
you
got
just
swept
gave-
in
you
4.
just gave,
Who can beat him in 7? You can beat him in
He's
4
lost
and
6
5.
finals.
Stop
you just
it.
gave you some ammunition.
That's crazy, Joseph.
I'm with Joseph. You're right. LeBron and AD are the best duo, and they're gonna win the championship. But You gave Rob a little ammo in there. Hey, it's The Odd Couple. I'm Chris. He is Rob. And we want to encourage all of you to subscribe to our YouTube channel.
That's right. You know, you can listen to us on the radio, and now you can watch us as well, and it's fun.
No question about it. And remember, all